Welcome back, True Seeker. I believe we are live, and I want to talk about the latest ritual with Kobe Bryant. Yes, they are still performing rituals with Kobe Bryant. One of the biggest ones in recent history was Len Dawson dying on Kobe Bryant Day. Kobe, who's from Philly, Len Dawson, who played for the Chiefs before the Super Bowl between Kobe City, Philly, and the Chiefs. But the latest is the new Kobe Bryant shoe that's coming out. They're calling it the Kobe 4 Protro Mambasita, the 4. And we're going to talk about the timing of the release date being released on the Illuminati's 247th birthday, Monday, May 1st, but also what Nike, the maker of the shoe, what their stock closed at the day prior to the release. The last day of the stock market was Friday. Look at what Nike's stock price concluded at before the release of this shoe. Number 4, the number of death, just like how he fell to 4th in points scored, did Kobe the day before his death when LeBron passed him in his hometown, Philly, on the court with black snakes, where they call Kobe the Black Mamba. And here's the Mambasita. But look at what the stock price did, you guys. This is Nike's stock price at the time going into the day that the Mambasita, the Nike Kobe 4 Protro will be released. $126. And we'll get to the 72 cents, but $126. Remember, Kobe died on January 26th, 126, the anniversary of Bear Bryant, and also the 2-year anniversary of the Black Mamba jersey being debuted by the Los Angeles Lakers. So this is just latest coincidence that this just happens to be Nike's share price at the time this shoe's released. And then the 72 cents, it goes with Kobe dying at age 41 on Pope Francis's 41st day of his age while traveling from Catholic Mass when Kobe and his father went to Catholic schools, and Pope Francis becoming the first Jesuit Pope on the 72nd day of the year when Jesuit order equals 72. But notice also what the stock price did to get to that price just before this shoe comes out. It went up 0.81%, like how in Gematria, Kobe Bean Bryant equals 81, who had his career high 81 points in his 666th game. Remember, the rest of his team scored 41 in that game. They had 122 total points, like how in Kobe's last game, he scored 60, and the rest of his team scored 41, only for him to die at age 41 on the Pope's 41st day of his age, after he had retired 41 years after his dad was drafted in the league by the Warriors, who are originally from Philly, like Kobe's hometown. Like how when Kobe was nominated for his short film, it was 41 days from his birthday. Again, Kobe's whole career so defined by the number 41. And it's amazing, just always learning more about Kobe's death. I didn't even realize this all this time. I mean, I didn't realize this all this time. Kobe's last game where he scored 60 and the rest of his team scored 41, they gave out a Kobe Bryant toy helicopter. Again, you had the Comedy Central cartoon where Kobe dies in a helicopter crash. You had the Nike short film that ends with an exploding helicopter. Again, that's the Black Mamba starring Bruce Willis and Kanye West. That lineup there, you lose this road game, you don't go home. Remember, that equals 157. You lose this road game, you don't go home. 157. Kobe Bryant, 41, like we talked about, also 157. Kobe dead on the 157th day of his age. His dad's nickname, Jelly Bean, 157. Accident, 157. 157 is the 37th prime. Los Angeles, 37. Bryant, 26 forwards, 37 in reverse. Dead on the 26th on the 37-year anniversary of Bear Bryant. The corporation that owns where the Lakers Stadium is, which was the Staples Center until recently. Staples Center is also 157. But that corporation is AEG. Notice AEG. A's the first letter, E's the fifth, G's the seventh. 157. Kobe's father's university in Philadelphia, LaSalle Catholic School. LaSalle turned 157 years old in 2020. Kobe died in 2020. Again, just all of these rituals, right? And again, Nike made that film with the predictive programming. Now Nike's putting out the shoe. while their share price is at the perfect value, while the Lakers are in the finals, or I should say the playoffs, trying to make it to the finals. Funny enough, in the next round of the playoffs, Lakers will play the winner of the Warriors and Kings. Again, LeBron's first game against the Kings, like he's King James. So many games against Steph Curry of the Warriors, born in the same hospital in Akron as LeBron is. Stephen means crown. But whoever LeBron plays, you have the royal theme there in the next round. But funny enough, if you look at the Lakers' schedule, their first home game in the next series is going to be on 5/6, which is King Charles' coronation. And again, those who fought for King Charles were Cavaliers, and the historical King Charles, his father was King James, like they call LeBron King James, like how he won the only finals for the Cavs on the real King James's birthday, and the year that Prince died. Prince, who did Purple Rain, Royalty. Now LeBron's on that purple team. Prince died. The Lakers are originally from Minnesota. 4 years after Prince's death, Kobe died, falling to fourth in points scored. LeBron got his fourth finals that year, becoming 4-6 in the finals right before Joe Biden became number 46, exactly 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday, when Catholics 46. And there's fleur-de-lis all over the royal family's crown. But just the way they got all this stuff lined up. LeBron's 4-6 in the finals. If he goes to another finals and wins one, he'll become 5-6, like how they're coronating King Charles on 5/6, like how the last king of England died at age 56. But I mean, just think about all this. Nike produces this film, syncs with Kobe's death. Now, Nike's share price just happens to be Kobe's death date right before this Mambasita 4 comes out on the Illuminati's birthday. You see how it's up $1.02 the share? That's 201 in reverse, right? Remember, Order of Illuminati equals 201, like the Jesuit order equals 201, like the Jesuits served the Pope. The Illuminati was founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. Pope Francis is the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican. From Kobe's last birthday to the day they declared the pandemic. Remember, they buried Kobe in Corona Del Mar right before the coronavirus pandemic. But from Kobe's last birthday to the pandemic declaration was 201 days later. And then the pandemic was declared on 3/11 and 3/11. Well, the number 201 becomes 3/11 in base 8 counting. And you had the China Lake earthquake in Southern California. 201 days for the first case of COVID confirmed in the U.S. from China. And event 201 was the coronavirus pandemic simulation put on by the Jesuit Klaus Schwab 1 month before the outbreak in Wuhan, China. On the same day the military World Games began in Wuhan, when the military World Games are credited to the Jesuit order, who serve the Catholic Church. But yeah, again, if you guys are new here, Kobe Bean Bryant, his full name, 81. Stock price up 0.81%. Career high 81 in his 666 games, 666. Number of a man, number of the beast. Soles, they want your soles, the soles on the shoe. Kobe Bean Bryant, 54 forwards. Mark of the Beast, same thing, 54-81. Kobe dead the Sunday before Super Bowl 54. His daughter at 13, he at 41. Add it together, 54. LA, 13 forwards, 41 in reverse. So, and again, just being down at the stadium and realizing there's no memorial for Kobe, no painting, no statue, when they have them for a lot of other players. I mean, what's that about? The Kobe Bryant after death shoe after his retirement in 2016. But yeah, a big long list. And let this be the latest ritual. The Nike share price at the time of the release of the Mambasita Nike Kobe 4 Protro. And for the record, Mambasita has that gematria of 180, like half a turn in a circle. And again, remember the Catholic Church in the 16th century, they synced it all up. The language, the calendar named after the Pope, thus the 52-week year when Pope equals 52. And the heliocentric model. And again, heliocentrism has that 201. Like Order of Illuminati has that 201. Like the Jesuit order has that 201. Like Pope Francis' birth name has that 201. Like the founder of the Jesuits has that 201. And on and on and on. Even Kobe's production company, Granity Studios, is 201. But a 180, doing a half circle, all of these rituals about time, measurements, geometry. They're releasing it on a Monday, the day of the week named after the moon, the object that's illuminated by the sun in the sky. And don't forget, the moon landing was on the 201st day of the year. Neil Alden Armstrong, his full name, 201, going with the 201st day of the year. But yeah, again, just again, Kobe dead on a Sunday in a Catholic church ritual when they worship the sun, the Catholic Church. Again, if you're new here, they've worshiped the sun's birthday, the sun in the sky, since 274 AD on 1225, the day we call Christmas Day. Their motto, Jesus Omnem Salvator, 274, Interverse 266, like Pope Francis is the first Jesuit, the 266th Pope. Wasn't Kobe's career high on January 22nd with 122 points in the game? Basketball is also 85, like the first March Madness in 85, where the Catholic school Villanova beat the Jesuit school Georgetown. But again, Roman Catholic Church, 320. Since the year 320 AD, they've celebrated the Son, Jesus Christ's birthday, on 1225, 46 years later, when again, Catholics 46. And again, JFK at age 46. The official date actually of release for that Kobe Bryant after death shoe was 11/22, the JFK assassination anniversary. And then he died the year that Joe Biden became the 46th president-elect. Again, a big Catholic ritual, just all these things being connected. And just with regards to the whole sun worship thing, right? Sun worship. The way we understand it is the sun is the nearest star, right? And again, the word star is 58. Stars, the plural is also 58, like zodiac is 58, like Gregorian's 58. That's the calendar we're on, named after the Pope. Like calendar's 58, like Pope Francis is 58, like Kobe Bryant's also 58, like Los Angeles Lakers, team that probably makes more stars than any other down in Hollywood. That's the Drew juice to make the magic wands, that Hollywood. But again, you see how this all comes together? Just star worship, celebrity worship, killing the. Again, you guys, have you read my first book, Letters and Numbers, that came out 3 years before Kobe died? Page 15, talking about how Kobe and Jordan are like gods. God 26 like letter, like the 26th letter alphabet, like Jordan 26, like Bryant 26. I talk about how people worship those men like gods. Kobe dies in this big Catholic ritual on a Sunday. If you haven't read the first chapter of my first book, you should read it. There's a lot to 26, but that's on page 15 where I mentioned that. And then on page 698, that's where I pick up talking about rig sports and the Lakers, and I get into, Kobe's career in 41. Ends up dying at age 41 on the 26th day of the year. Talking about how the significance of his dad's Catholic school. And again, I mean, page 29 of that book, I say all this stuff traces back to Rome and the Jesuits. And it really goes back past that, but just who created the system we're now on with the calendar and the language. So I don't know where anybody's argument would be, especially as this continues to go on. And again, it's a reminder why you should sign up for the Patreon. We're decoding the market. We're decoding sports. We're connecting the dots because this language, this cabal language of letters and numbers and dates, it's what's used to rig the market, rig the sports game, rig the news. We prove it every day. And I have a lot more to learn about the market. We already know a lot about sports, why we win almost every single day. But again, just figuring out more and more about the market. And that's what I've been saying. We got to study more of the scope of things because you just see how it all comes together. The Jesuits, their universities, they're all about the holistic education, how all things are connected. Well, take a look. That they would know best. They're making sure all things stay connected. Also, oh yeah, about it being the 247th birthday of the Illuminati. Again, Kobe as a sun god on a Sunday. Look how Bryant and sun god overlap. Notice the 82 game schedule. For the record, words like game equal 26 and 82 as well. But again, just what goes 24/7? The sun, right? On the 247th birthday, this with Kobe. And by the way, they're saying it would be Gianna's 17th birthday. Remember, that year the Lakers won their 17th championship in LeBron's 17th season after he came over from the 17th state on the first day of the seventh month. Kind of like how Odell went from Cleveland to LA and brought them a championship. He left Cleveland on the day, leaving 56 days left in the year, won Super Bowl 56 on 213 in the 213 area code. The Rams started out in Cleveland. Tupac on All Eyes on Me. We're doing this from Cleveland to LA. Or wait a minute, maybe that's not on All Eyes. Maybe it's on the Bone album. By the way, Bone in Sumerian Gematria is 216, like the area code there. But yeah, there's even more to this. If you want to read more about it, something I don't mention enough: Kobe's death on the Pope's 41st day of his age. The Pope was 83 years old at the time. Helicopter crash 83. Prince did Purple Rain in 83. He wrote the song. It came out in 84, the year LeBron was born, but he wrote it in 83. And we know he died 33 years after recording I Would Die For You, number 4, letter U, 421. Used the 21st letter, dies on 421 on the Queen's birthday. 4 years before LeBron gets his 4th title. Playing for the purple team, like Purple Rain. And let's not forget, Vanity died that year, the day of the 58th Grammys. Purple Rain, 58. Los Angeles Lakers, 58. Secret Society, 58. Freemasonry, 58. Modern Freemasonry, a Jesuit creation. I mean, but yeah, there's more to this. If you want to read the post and get more information, it's here. But again, the shoe comes out on the Illuminati's 247th birthday. The Illuminati, founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt, who died 201 days after the anniversary of its establishment. Huge number with Kobe's death. Huge number with the Pope. Huge number with the Jesuits. Huge number with the Corona, like Kobe buried in Corona. And again, just remember, coronavirus, when spelled correctly, 56, like Corona, or excuse me, they changed it to COVID, like COVID vaccine, like Corona Del Mar, like Gavin Newsom, who said 56% of California would get coronavirus in 8 weeks, which is 56 days. All these things happening around the same time. And a million other rituals. But again, Society of Jesus, the formal title of the Jesuits, 56. Anthony Fauci's another one of them, just like Gavin Newsom is, 56. And, again, they serve the Pope. That's another 56 word. 52 forward, like the 52 weeks in the year, like the cards in the deck, like they're playing a game with us. 56, who they serve. So, but yeah, again, here's the game plan, you guys. For all you guys who want me to go to the Kentucky Derby on May 6th, no, I don't see that enough people bringing in the support to make it happen. Again, support went way down in the month we went to LA. But at the very least, August 24th, we'll be back in LA for Kobe Bryant Day. And again, I'm going to have the short books with the handouts, a bunch of them printed, 2 handout. If we run out of copies, we'll tell people where to get them. We'll tell them where they can download the digital version for free that day. September 11th, going to have another short guide for just 9/11 with really big crucial points. Somebody said make it 19 pages. Not a bad idea. But yeah, those are the upcoming dates where we will be out gathering again. LA 8/24, New York September 11th. These things are happening. We can make this an every month and maybe more than once a month thing if enough support comes in. But you guys, you got to understand, Sweet Lady's not wrong. If doing something does not bring in support for the work and makes the movement smaller and there's less eyes on it, then it's not the right move, because we need to be growing each day, not shrinking. And again, I mean, sadly, that's what's happened when I've gone out and pounded pavement. I still know it's the right thing to do because it brings people together, people network, good things come out of that. But we do got to get way more people behind the work. And, you know, it's going to take a miracle to get me to the Kentucky Derby next week, because we're way down on support. Again, we're at like 4,500 people. Last month, we were at 5,200. So we have 700 less people this month. Of course, people wanted to be on last month because they care about getting sports picks. They care less about seeing the work grow and pounding pavement. And again, it's a crisis of values in America, you know? So more people want to support the work and help out. So far, nobody's on the travel team tier, and that's okay. It's expensive, but I thought maybe there might be some people out there with some deep pockets who'd like to see it happen. So far, no one's on there. Um, we'll give it some time, though. We only just set it up. But yeah, I would like to be at the Kentucky Derby next week. I think that'd be a great place to confront a lot of these celebrities that are in on it, and also just the town of Louisville, because remember what they just did in Louisville. They told you there was a shooting at Building 333 in District 33, exactly 33 weeks after the mayor's birthday. And then there ended up being a total of 3 shootings in Louisville all in 1 week that all made national news stories. You had the bank and the community college on the same day. And then later in the week, you had one at a park. And that's obviously a ritual. And I'd like to be on the ground exposing it, but again, it takes a lot of time and energy to travel, and I'm not asking a lot from the people of the world to pledge $1 a month, or if you can afford more than that, to do it. And sadly, out of this great big world and the millions of people who could be receiving this knowledge, there's 4,500 people that are about it. And thank you to those 4,500 people. As for the rest of humanity, I guess you're more about corporate logos and wasting your money on oversized drinks and French fries and junk food and just crap that ultimately poisons you. And seriously, you look at America, I mean, that's what they spend their money on: poison. How many people are investing their money wisely and doing things to make the world a better place? I mean, that's almost nobody. So thank you to the people who do. And, there's going to have to be, again, for everyone who'd like to see me in Louisville this coming week, probably not going to happen. But you know what? We got a game plan. August 24th and September 11th will be here before we know it. And who knows? Maybe that'll be what creates the spark to finally get more people behind it. And maybe by next year, we'll be at the Kentucky Derby confronting them. This year's the 149th Kentucky Derby. Remember, the shooting in Louisville was 149 days after the Superior General's birthday. If you don't know about that number, it's big with secret societies like Skull and Bones and goes right back to the Catholic Church. And next year will be the 150th, and I'm guessing that's going to be deadly, because remember the 150th college football season, that ended in a huge Jesuit Illuminati ritual with Joe Burrow. Remember, he signed with LSU the day Billy Cannon at LSU died, and that was on the day in history that Ignatius Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, was shot with a cannonball. And again, Billy Cannon's the only other LSU player to ever win the Heisman besides Joe Burrow, and he also beat Clemson in the championship in New Orleans. But yeah, if you remember that 150th college football season, we went down to Louisiana after the game to educate about all the people who died for that championship. And if you're new here, about the Illuminati and 150, again, Illuminati's 150. Notice heliocentrism. We talked about the 201 with it. Heliocentrism is also 150. How far is the sun from the earth on average in millions of kilometers? 150 million. The sun, what illuminates the world, what illuminates the moon. So, yeah, there were a lot of nasty rituals. But next year will be the 150th Kentucky Derby. Maybe that's the right one to be there to blast them. So yeah, again, thank you to everyone who does support the work. Patreon's finally fixed, where if you subscribe to somebody's channel on the last day of the month, you'll just always be billed on that last, or whatever day it is. So like if you subscribe today, you'd be billed today on the 30th. You'd be billed next month on the 30th. Before, Patreon was like, if you subscribed anywhere in the middle of the month, you'd get billed that day, and then you'd always get billed on the 1st. So it'd be like real annoying if you subscribed at the end of the month, because you might get billed on the 30th and then get billed again on the 1st and then always on the 1st. Now it's fixed. You get billed the day you sign up, and you always get billed on that day. So again, if you want to start supporting today, you wouldn't pay again until next month. And you also don't have to check the button to stay subscribed. But yeah, you guys, for anyone who does want to help, me say, see, sweet lady, people do care when I go out and pound pavement. Today'd be the last day and try and get the numbers up for the month that are way down from last month. But yeah, it's becoming a tougher case to sell as time goes on, because, again, pounded so much payment, drove all across the nation back and forth in the last year, and support's gone way down. I mean, again, you guys, before I went to Oklahoma City a year ago, support was at 6,500 people a month. And the work's only gotten better since then. been working even harder in the last year. Again, I think part of the reason it's down is some people say it's manipulation. Patreon doesn't let them pay on any credit card anymore. I've heard that from a lot of people. So that could be part of it. But another part is things have become a lot more expensive. People might need to save that dollar a month or those $5 a month that they were pledging. And I do get that. Things are way more expensive, but still, if you can figure out a way to budget a dollar a month, it makes me feel like the movement's not plateauing and dying off when it shouldn't be. Again, I don't know what other movement exists in the world that's about knowledge and justice and helping people get on a higher tier and see through the game that's being played with all of our lives. Anyway, don't buy these Nike shoes. And this should show you what kind of company Nike is altogether. I just say don't buy Nike shoes, period. Try and stay away from these big labels. I'm all about the no labels. So anyway, thank you, Barbara. Barbara cares. I know Barbara cares. Shout out to Barbara. But yeah, I know there's people out there that care. It's just we got to find more people who care, you guys. I mean, people should appreciate what we just did in Los Angeles and everywhere else. I mean, do people not respect the work ethic? Do you know how hard it is to fly back and forth long distances, pound pavement, city to city, be up early in the morning, out all night, just get it done day after day? I mean, there should be way more people who respect what we're doing. There's not a lot of people in the world who have what it takes to go out and confront a bunch of sports fanatics in major cities. A lot of these supposed truth channels don't even have it in them to put their real name or face out there. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate that. Paula's whipping up spells in the kitchen. Thank you. Hey, this guy right here, I'm going to put his name up on the screen. He put up, I mean, this is another guy who's just so sore that people don't agree with him on the shape of the earth. His whole dilemma is what shape the earth is. Not about what's going on earth, but the shape of the earth. But this guy who I just put up, he put up a challenge. He said, let's create a better gematria community than Zach and do better. All the people you put on there, like, what do you guys have to show for yourself? All of you copy my work. You all learn from me. None of you have any experience going out and speaking publicly. So instead of like trying to slander online, why don't you go out and pound payment in whatever the big city is in your town, and let's see what it looks like when you're screaming out that the earth is flat and everyone should get behind the flat earth. Okay? I mean, a lot of people don't know their place, but yeah. And again, it's not even arguing about the shape of the earth. It's pathetic that some people think that arguing about the shape of the earth is what we need right now, rather than the agendas that are going on earth and who's doing them. So anyway, but yeah, a lot of you guys also need to check yourselves and realize you're not going to do it. That's why you're not even courageous enough to put your name or face on the screen. Again, reality check. Take the reality pill, not the red pill. The reality pill is, you're not doing anything. What you should be doing is supporting yours truly, the person who does it, the person who has a platform. How many of you guys are on freetofindtruth.com, the platform I pay $1,000 a month for, that's censorship free, that gives you a nice quality app platform to post content, share, connect. Okay, I don't know anybody else that's spending $1,000 a month on an awesome social media website. I've been doing it for 4 years. I don't know anybody else that goes out and speaks and brings people out. I don't know anybody else that figured out this knowledge. Again, I feel like if we're having a contest here for number one truth speaker, I feel like second place is way, way behind. I feel like it's not even close to a race. It's a marathon where I won the race by hours. So if I'm wrong, show me where I'm wrong. And for all you guys who can't support and see that I'm right, figure out where we're not connecting, So anyway, we'll leave it there, you guys. Enjoy the day. Thank you to everyone who comes on board and supports. All of you guys who don't support, I guess just enjoy watching the world just continue to crumble and go downhill. And I'm not guaranteeing that you get behind and support what I'm doing. We're going to fix the world, but I don't know what other movement has the potential to fix the world. That's what I'm saying. I don't know anybody else who's bringing the knowledge, the facts, and the ability to get people to think about what's going on. When we were out in California, we made a lot of people think about what's going on. And it's going to take bigger numbers out there to change more minds, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build more people to support the work and get behind us. All of you guys who spam things like in caps, all we know though is we're not spinning on a ball. You guys sound so, I mean, I got to help you guys out. You sound like literally, you sounded tarded, man. You sound tarded. We're not on a spinning ball. We're on a big ass thing that supposedly makes one full rotation per day. I mean, that's not, imagine a basketball spinning on a guy's finger where it makes one rotation over 24 hours. Flat earthers are like spinning tennis balls at 5,000 revolutions per second and saying, how come the water's not flying off the earth like that? It's like, is that a similar comparison? It's not similar at all. Why is there day and night? Why is everything else in the sky spherical? You guys can't answer the most simple questions, and then you come up with these ideas that are just illogical and so easily debunked. You see opposite star formations from opposite hemispheres. How's that work on a flat earth? I can't believe we're getting into this, but anytime you bring up anything, you always have a pack of flat earth trolls, and that's pretty much what the flat earth community is. Trolls. You know, they don't know anything about anything. It's like total Dunning-Kruger effect. Nothing they say makes sense. Nothing they say holds up. They're all mathematically incompetent. God, it's embarrassing. So, why? Look at this. I mean, it's just embarrassing. Why is moonlight cold? Well, guess what, moron? It's not. Moonlight's not cold. God, it's listening to the man in the dress, Eric Dubé. It's amazing how so many morons just repeat the lies that have been put out there by the flat earth tard community. NASA doesn't mean deceive in Hebrew. Moonlight isn't cold. Water doesn't always maintain its level. Water can take on any shape. How come everything every flat earther says is false? Oh, but if you measure in the shade next to a tree, it's actually colder than out in the moon, or it's warmer than the moonlight. Yeah, that's because it's under shelter. It's under the shelter of the tree, which preserves warmth. Anyway, I don't. It's just God. It's just this is why you guys. This is why we're fucked. Okay, they can't even figure out that Google made the flat Earth thing viral in 2015 to fuck up the whole truth community. When knowledge was coming on like mine, people are finally starting to pull their head out of their ass about 9/11 and what was going on with all the censorship and shootings. Everyone's starting to finally wake up, and then, oh, here comes the flat Earth community to make us all look like morons. God, and still harping on about flat Earth. Oh, it's just like, oh my God, these people are so fucking dumb, man. God, exactly. Flat Earth out of Zion City. And here's Brandon D, who actually has a brain, who came out and helped us in LA and who's been helping for a lot of years and has met a sweet lady in the community. Exactly. Flat Earth out of Zion City. Google put up all the false measurements to help out the flat earthers in their little quick Google searches. Google made this thing viral. Still can't figure it out. Jesuits made the ball earth viral. Again, I know you fell off your bike and cracked open your head and nearly died a few years ago. But again, you're a moron. Okay? Jesuits didn't come up with the ball earth theory. False. They came up with a heliocentric model that said the sun's at the center of it all. Well, it finally, they didn't even come up with it either. They finally accepted it in the 16th century. There's no doubt that all that stuff's connected, but it still doesn't mean the earth is flat. Okay? God. Oh, man. No, notice their model works, right? They know exactly when eclipses will happen, exactly when conjunctions will happen. It's all perfectly timed out by this model. So the model exists. It doesn't mean the model's wrong. Again, they might have brought all the knowledge and understanding and put it together in a perfect system that's being used against us every day. It doesn't mean the system's false. It's like going, oh, the Jesuits created Gematria. I mean, you know, they created a system that works every day, doesn't it? The system works. I mean, that's what we need to acknowledge. Their system makes sense. They got language, dates, zodiac, all of it synced up. It's proving how clever it is every single day. We're decoding it. So why are we taking the stance that it's got to be false? Some things are lies, not all things. Again, too many people have this total black and white worldview. It's either all this or it's all that. No, you got to look at what's real, what isn't. Okay? You can't explain an eclipse on a flat earth model. It's impossible. I mean, look at you guys with your flat earth models. You got like see, the sun's going here and the moon's going here. So it's like, okay, so when would an eclipse ever happen on that? How come if the sun and the moon, I mean, you guys, if the sun and the moon are moving around a flat earth, some people are going to witness a sunrise in the north. Some are going to witness a sunset in the south. Does that ever happen anywhere on earth? No, it always rises in the east and sets in the west. I mean, again, it's just like there's so many ways to just say, oh, here, the flat earth model is totally false. This doesn't make any sense. You know, with a moon going around, I don't want to get into it, guys. I've done it too many times, but it's just so pathetic that there's always flat earth retards hanging around. Don't have anything. It's like, did you just watch the video I put out, moron? This is awesome information that exposes what the fuck's going on in the world. Moron in the chat. Oh, but Zach still can't see that it's not a spinning ball. It's like, okay, retard, realize my IQ is probably close to 100 points higher than yours. That's why I figured out what I figured out, and that's why you're following me. And you don't know shit about shit, but you just regurgitate what Eric Dubé, who wears a dress, says, and then mimic my work, and then try to, I mean, again, people don't know their place. Low IQs are into flat earth theory, okay? Low IQs are into the flat earth. People who are intelligent, they're into what I'm putting out because they can discern between facts and proof and things that build each day versus models that make no fucking sense, that don't add up, that are easily debunked. All right. All right. We'll leave it there for now. And yeah, and again, that's what's sad too. I mean, if I promoted the flat earth, there's so many morons in this world, I'd probably have a way bigger following. You know, that's the strategy of Eric Dubé. It's not that he really thinks the earth's flat, it's that he's done the math and he's like, well, the percentage of morons to intelligent people, it's really high on the morons. So there's actually a lot more money to be made over here by baiting the morons who are too dumb to know anything from anything. Okay. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. No more waste of time on the flat earthers. If you got here late, rewind the video, get all the main points, and you can just skip the flat earth rant. But yeah, just flat earthers remind me of why we're fucked. So anyway, we'll leave it there for now. And until next time.